Before we get into the madness, let's make one thing super clear. Everything you're about to hear is based on online rumors, speculation, and fan theories. No confirmations, no official statements. Just what the internet thinks is going down. So take it all with a big ol' scoop of internet salt. But also, get ready, because this drama is too messy to ignore. Is Hailey Bieber finally walking away from Justin Bieber? Hailey just sold off her entire stake in Rhode Beauty, and people aren't buying that it's just a business move. Social media is buzzing that she's stacking her money because she's done playing the role of Mrs. Bieber after years of public embarrassment. Some say this might be her quiet setup for a soft launch in a single life. Or maybe she's just tired of carrying the weight of Justin's drama. And honestly, the way Hailey's been moving lately, it's giving me major "I'm over this marriage" energy. She's looked completely emotionally checked out, posting vague captions, appearing stiff on red carpets, and meanwhile, Justin is out here making headlines with SZA. He's kissing hands on stage while Hailey plays it cool in the background, and fans are convinced that something's seriously off behind the scenes. Now, with Rhode off her hands and $1 billion lining her bank account, people are wondering if this is the ultimate exit strategy. And of course, because it's Hailey, we had to see Selena Gomez's rare beauty get dragged into the drama too. Because let's be honest, when is the public not comparing these two? There's a whole lot going on, so grab a snack, because this is messy. How did we even get here? How did it go from everyone dragging Hailey for being a clout-chasing gold digger, to her own supporters begging her to leave Justin? Up until recently, social media was tearing her apart. People called her everything from a social climber to a stalker. Some even accused her of being obsessed with Selena. She got dragged left and right for years. But now, that same crowd is cheering her on, and the shift has been fast. It all started with one post. Hailey shocked the beauty world by announcing she sold Rhode to E.I.F Beauty in a jaw-dropping billion-dollar deal. She revealed the brand is going global, and that she's staying on as Chief Creative Officer and Head of Innovation, while also taking on a new title as Strategic Advisor to E.I.F Beauty. But that's exactly when the internet lit up with speculation. While the press tried to paint it as a smart move and praised Hailey as a business icon, the internet had other ideas. Fans were convinced she was lining up her finances and prepping her escape. And who could blame them? Justin's public behavior lately has been chaotic. Let's not forget, he hasn't exactly been the most supportive husband in the public eye. Every time they're trending, it's because of something awkward or straight-up disrespectful that he's done. Like when he went on stage with SZA and made a scene, literally kissing her hand, while Hailey stood backstage pretending everything was okay. And get this, right after that, Justin dropped a very questionable comment about Hailey's Vogue cover. He reminded the world that he once told her she'd never be on Vogue, then tried to act like he was proud now. The backlash was so bad he had to delete the post. And just days later, Hailey announces she's cashing out of Rhode. Coincidence? People aren't so sure, especially when you look at the wording she used. She said she felt invigorated and ready to step into a bigger role. That doesn't just sound like a work update. That sounds like a woman ready to take back control of her life. Like she's stepping out of Justin's shadow and back into her Baldwin power, confident, focused, and done with the drama. And let's not forget, she's still holding her role at Rhode. So clearly, this isn't a retreat, it's a repositioning. But the wildest part? The internet's reaction. People are now rooting for her to leave Justin, or at least drop the Bieber name altogether. They're calling for her to return to Hailey Baldwin and build her own legacy without him. And that's a huge turnaround from the days when people were calling her the problem in the relationship. The way her own fans are now pleading with her to choose peace, break free, and shine without Justin. It's honestly giving me emotional whiplash. Especially for anyone who's ever been trapped in a one-sided relationship, it hits deep. And here's another reason people want Hailey to walk away. Justin Bieber's rumored financial mess might be way worse than anyone expected. We're not talking about a minor cash flow hiccup. We're talking millions in debt. Things have gotten so bad that longtime friendships have fallen apart, and fans are left wondering, how does one of the most successful pop stars in the world end up in such a financial disaster? To understand why so many are encouraging Hailey to cut ties, you have to see how deep Justin's money problems go, and how they could seriously impact her wallet too. Word is, Justin still owes his former manager, Scooter Braun, over $8 million. When that news dropped, the internet exploded with one big question. How did it ever get this bad? Let's rewind to 2022. Justin was all set to go on a major world tour, and he reportedly secured a massive $40 million advance from AEG. But that tour? It was canceled. What most people don't realize is that the cancellation triggered a payback clause, meaning Justin had to return $24 million. That's when Scooter stepped in, not just as a manager, but as someone he considered a friend. Through HYB America, Scooter allegedly covered the $24 million for Justin under an agreement that he'd pay it back slowly over 10 years. But guess what? Justin made one payment, and then just vanished. Fast forward to now, and HYB did an audit. They claim Justin still owes them $8.8 million. That's when things turned ugly. Justin's camp clapped back, saying Scooter had already been overpaid by a shocking $26 million in commissions during their time working together. And here's where it gets even messier. All of this was happening while Justin's business affairs were being handled by Lou Taylor. Yes, the same Lou Taylor tied to the Britney Spears conservatorship scandal. So, naturally, people were already suspicious of what was really going on behind closed doors. According to Scooter's side, Justin's people called up and straight up said he didn't have the money. So what did Scooter do? He brought in PricewaterhouseCoopers, one of the biggest audit firms out there. The result? They sided with Scooter. They confirmed Justin does owe him the money. Scooter even tried to keep things civil by waiving $1 million in unpaid commissions, but it clearly wasn't enough to smooth things over. What really stunned fans was how personal this fallout felt. Justin and Scooter weren't just business partners, they were basically family. Scooter discovered him, mentored him, and stood by him through every meltdown and comeback. So when the news broke that they had quietly cut ties, it shook people to the core. And now, we finally know the messy reason why. But this goes deeper than just Scooter. Let's not forget, Justin sold his entire music catalog in 2023 for a jaw-dropping $200 million. You'd think that would solve everything, right? Not quite. Industry insiders say selling off a catalog that big usually means one of two things. You're either ending your career, or you desperately need money fast. And rumors have been swirling that back in 2022, Justin was this close to hitting rock bottom financially. That might explain why he rushed the sale of his catalog, even before securing proper tax breaks, despite Scooter warning him to wait. Soon after, Justin started cutting ties with longtime collaborators and firing people left and right. To many, it looked like he was trying to wipe the slate clean and start fresh. But judging by his more recent public outbursts and strange posts, it seems like the pressure is still eating at him. How much debt did he rack up that even selling his entire music history couldn't cover it? That's the real question people are asking now. Meanwhile, Hailey just secured a billion-dollar deal and is out here winning, while Justin's finances spiral. For the first time ever, the power dynamic has flipped completely. A lot of people seriously believe Hailey would thrive without Justin, because he has this habit of dimming her shine. One person even said, "Sign a prenup, so when you divorce Justin, he won't steal your money." The energy from fans lately? Full-on protective mode. It's wild to see how frustrated her supporters have become with Justin constantly making her look bad in public. But here's the twist. Some think Hailey isn't trying to leave him at all. There's another theory floating around, and it's got people divided. Some believe Hailey is actually standing by Justin through everything. Not out of weakness, but out of loyalty. They say she's doing all this behind-the-scenes power move stuff to shield him from the humiliation of being a broke A-lister. One person said, she's trying to pay off Justin's debt while he continues to humiliate her publicly on social media. Another added, she had to beat the Bieber broke allegations quickly. Honestly, some people are convinced that instead of leaving him, Hailey's going to save him. Let's get into another reason why people are still dragging Hailey right now: loyalty. Some think the loyalty talk has it all backward. They're saying Hailey is the one who owes loyalty to Justin, not the other way around. Why? Because according to many, she didn't exactly build Rhode from the ground up like most entrepreneurs do. People say she's a full-on Nepo baby, the daughter of Stephen Baldwin and the niece of Alec Baldwin, born into luxury, red carpets, and designer access. And even with all that, she wasn't exactly turning heads in the industry until she got with Justin. From the second she became Hailey Bieber, her value skyrocketed. Opportunities flooded in. Her status soared. She instantly became an A-lister, not because of hard work, but because of who she married. A lot of folks say Rhode wouldn't be what it is today without Justin's last name attached. And even though Hailey is listed as the founder and holds titles like Chief Creative Officer and Head of Innovation, people feel like her brand wasn't built from passion or grind. It was built from privilege and association. One person put it bluntly, Nepo Baby plus Justin Bieber's wife plays a role in that. Another chimed in, it's a stretch, more like she used her parents' name. It's like no matter what she does, someone's going to call her out. And the Rhode controversy doesn't stop there. It just keeps piling on. Even the brand's name had drama attached to it. Let's not forget, Rhode already existed as a fashion label before Hailey stepped into the scene. But instead of picking a new name, she pushed ahead and took that smaller, woman-owned company to court. And yeah, her middle name is Rhode. But still, a lot of people felt like she bulldozed right over a small business just because she had the resources to do it. And just when people started cooling down, boom, copycat allegations hit next. Rhode has been hit with major accusations, copying ideas, packaging, and even the overall look from other beauty brands, especially Summer Fridays. And when you're the chief creative officer, there's no hiding behind the team, because the creative direction is your job. So once Rhode started taking heat for looking a little too familiar, all eyes were on Hailey. And now, she's locking in a billion-dollar deal with E.I.F Beauty, still holding those same executive titles? That's where people started raising eyebrows. Everyone's asking the same thing. How did she go from brand controversy after controversy to a billion-dollar payday in under 5 years? Most people agree on one thing. It wasn't just her creativity or family connections that got her there. The real boost? The Bieber name. So when fans see her acting distant while Justin's out here unraveling, financially, emotionally, mentally, it really doesn't sit right with people. Because let's be real, the lifestyle she's enjoying, the brand she built, the spotlight she's thriving in, a huge part of that came from being married to him. And to think, she almost named the company Bieber at one point. That would have been a PR disaster waiting to happen. But just when the internet thought it couldn't get messier, boom, Selena Gomez got dragged into it again. This time, it started with people comparing Rhode to Rare Beauty. Someone online actually claimed Rhode had surpassed Rare, and Selena's fans did not let that slide. In true Selenator fashion, they went full defense mode, pulling stats, screenshots, and rankings to prove Rare is still dominating the beauty game. And they were right. Rare Beauty is sitting just behind Fenty Beauty as one of the top celebrity beauty brands right now. So yeah, Selena's fans clapped back hard. They told Hailey's side to go ahead and sell Rhode 4 times over if they want. But if they seriously believe Selena would ever sell Rare? Total delusion. One fan even said, if you think she's selling Rare, you're just delulu. Meanwhile, back in Hailey land, the conversation shifted to something deeper and honestly, kind of sad. People are completely split. Some say Hailey needs to stop pretending everything's perfect with a man who seems checked out in every way, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. They're saying it's time for her to let go. But others argue the opposite. They believe she owes Justin some loyalty, because without him, she wouldn't have the platform, the reach, or even the brand success she's enjoying right now. So now the big question is making the rounds. Should Hailey finally walk away from Justin? Or does she owe him for everything she gained through being a Bieber? Drop your thoughts below. This situation is pure chaos, and we know you've got something to say.